All right, let's go on the record on DC 213790, Zollinger versus Fifield. Counsel, make your appearances.
Paige Eldridge for the plaintiffs, Zollinger and Elorza.
And Scott Mayo for the defendants.
Okay, let's proceed.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor. This is on plaintiff's motion to strike defendants controverting affidavits. There were 3 of them that were filed. One by Eric Davis, one by Christopher Plate, and one by Romano Sproul. Just a little background first. This was a rear-end motor vehicle collision that occurred in 2020 in Irving. After plaintiffs filed their initial affidavits, we got these controverting affidavits that we received. And so we're moving to strike them all because we argue that they don't meet the standards of 18001. Dr. Davis challenged the cost of treatment provided to Ms. Zollinger by MRI Centers of Texas and Grin Chiropractic. Dr. Plate challenged the cost of treatment provided to Ms. Zollinger by Grin Chiropractic as well. And then Dr. Sproul challenged the necessity of treatment that was provided to Ms. Elorza, who is Ms. Zollinger's mother, who was a passenger in the vehicle. Challenged the necessity of some of her treatment that was provided by Baylor Scott and White Medical Center. So I'll just go through each of those in turn, starting with the controverting affidavits on the billing cost. So Dr. Davis is a neuroradiologist, and he challenged the charges for, looks like 2 x-rays and a lower extremity MRI that was provided to Ms. Zollinger, saying that those were excessive. In support of that, he offered a range of what those typical charges should be, and then said that anything, above those charges was excessive. To qualify himself, he talked about his experience as a practicing radiologist and that he reviewed various databases, including Fair Health, but he didn't disclose any of that data or talk about his methodology on how he used it to reach his opinions. And then as far as his own practice as a radiologist, he didn't say anything about how that gave him the knowledge to say that the amounts he personally charges are in the range of the open market rate that's reasonable to charge a self-payer. And again, not disclosing the data or the methodology that he used to arrive at his opinions. Plaintiffs argue that his controverting affidavit doesn't even give basic fair notice of the basis for his challenge to the charges. And for those reasons, we would ask the court to strike Dr. Davis's affidavit. And Your Honor, would you like for me to pause between these or just?
Yeah, let's pause and let defendant argue it.
Sure, Your Honor. With regard to Dr. Davis, the only requirement for a controverting affidavit in 18001 is that there be reasonable notice of the basis on which the doctor is providing his opinions. The doctor laid out his professional practice, his educational background, and then identified the sources of the information in addition to his own history, his own practice, identified the sources of the information that he looked at to, it says he analyzed Medicare and Medicaid data and workers' compensation reimbursements for similar studies regarding the amounts to be a reasonable charge for a CPT code. He provided reasonable notice of what he was basing his opinions on, and then provided.
Did he analyze at all what the going rate is for a self-payer or just Medicare and Medicaid?
He also analyzed the going rate for a self-payer. Your Honor, no, he didn't go into great detail with regard to each of the studies he looked at, but he did identify the studies and identified his conclusions based on those studies.
Response?
Your Honor, I mean, those databases, the Fair Health database at least, contains reimbursement rates. It's not charges. So I don't think that just saying that along with Medicare and Medicaid reimbursement rates is telling us how that data was used to arrive at an opinion on the reasonableness of these charges. to a self-payer. We don't believe that was provided.
All right, let me tell you what I've typically been doing on these, and this probably applies to all of them. Is, in re Allstate really changed the playing field for these motions to strike. You guys aren't set for trial until August. Has the Dallas Court of Appeals had any cases? I haven't seen one, but have they had any cases interpreting in re Allstate yet?
Not that I've seen, Judge.
I don't think so either.
So my thought is, let's wait to hear this closer to the day of trial, not necessarily the day of trial, because I know you'll have to make a decision on whether or not to call experts, but I'd kind of prefer to just, have you guys already been to mediation?
It's scheduled for June 2nd.
Yeah, maybe after mediation and before trial, you guys come back and let me know. Just let me know what we'll kind of look. Have there been any cases that have interpreted in re Allstate outside of Dallas Court of Appeals?
Not that I'm aware of, Your Honor. I'm not prepared to say that there are none. Just none that I've seen.
I'm in the same boat, Your Honor.
Okay. I'd like there's got to be some cases I'm surprised there's not any yet, because it's such a broad ranging opinion. But let's kind of wait on these until, sometime in the summer, and just kind of reset this and let's see how it goes, unless there's some urgency that I'm not aware of.
No, Your Honor, I think we would be fine time-wise in the case to wait and see if we need to revisit it if mediation doesn't resolve it.
Okay. Does that work for you, Mr. Mayo?
It does.
Okay. And one thing I will make clear is that, and I've never done this before, but I know this has happened in the past, is that if I do strike these, and I'm not saying I'm going to, I do strike them, that does not mean that they're struck as experts. Some people have tried to make that argument. I think in re Allstate makes that clear that that's not okay. That's not the same standard. And so, just be aware of that, Mr. Mayo.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, guys. You guys have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you on the next one. Okay.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, bye-bye.